clear my settings.
Yeah.
I need to rush. Sorry for that. Okay, so we have here the uh it's listening for today.
Yeah.
Yes, it's listening. Okay, so one moment. I will share with you our lesson for today. But before that, how are you today, Mr. Mean?
I'm good today.
Oh, you're good. Did you have English class this morning?
Yes. Um. Uh. We are finished.
Oh, you're also finished.
Yeah. And Leah writing and reading is finished.
So are you happy with the class?
Yes. Okay.
You're happy because you're finished.
Yes.
Yes. So are you ready for your exam?
Yeah. Thank you.
It's okay. So I know you are ready for your exam next week. Well, that will be okay. Everything will be okay.
Yes.
Okay. So no need to be pressured. Just enjoy and relax when you have the exam.
Yes. I can do it.
Yes, I will cheer for you. You can do that. Okay. Yes, you can do that, Mr. Min. No worries that you cannot. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So I told you, whatever the result is, it's okay.
Yeah.
And do not forget to uh, practice English from time to time.
Yes.
Yes, even though not in our class, you have the online so you can practice.
Yes.
Okay, so there you go. Now please tell me if you can see the lesson material.
Yeah.
Oh, you have your book. I forgot you have your book.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
your book is on, we are on page 44.
Yes. That's
Ye-
right.
Yes. Now you know that we are on page 74. Okay, and for that, let's go to our page 74. Okay, so I'm sorry, my computer is so it's loading.
Lovely.
Yes, it's loading. That's why I'm having a hard time.
You need to have a new laptop.
Yes, I think so. I need to have a good laptop.
Yeah.
I think I have to share the audio. There you go.
Yeah, I see it.
Yes, that's good. Okay, can you see it?
Yes, I see it.
Okay, sorry. You can say yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Okay, yes, that's
Yeah.
better. Okay, so we are on practice 3, exam practice. Okay, now for this one, these are audios, so we have to listen to audio number 49.
Yes.
Okay, so here you will hear a talk about safety in different regions, and then we will complete the table about crime into different holiday destinations. Remember, we were talking about crime. Okay, these
Yeah.
are the crimes, robberies. Okay, so that is lesson 49. Okay, so that's lesson 49.
Track 49.
Oh, can you hear it?
Yes, I can.
Yes, I have the big. Is my voice clear? Is it loud?
Yeah.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes,
Yes.
I can. Yes.
Section 2. You will hear a talk about safety in different regions. First, In the exam, you will have 20 seconds to look at questions 1 to 4. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 4.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to be here to talk to you about staying safe on holiday. Before I came this evening, I did a little research on where students like to go for their holidays and came up with 2 different regions, Latin America and India. So, I've been looking at the crime figures for both areas, and I thought I'd start by talking a bit about that. Then I'll give you some advice about how to avoid becoming a victim of crime. Okay, first of all, let's look at what kinds of crime are committed most in different regions. Okay, I'll start with India. Generally, India isn't thought of as a dangerous place for individuals, but there has been an increase in handbag theft in recent years. So keep an eye on your bag when you're out in the street. Right, now let's look at Latin America. Of course, you do realise that not all Latin American countries are the same, but it is true to say that guns are used in a high percentage of crimes across the region. Looking at the figures, it seems that gun crime is a serious problem throughout.
Before you hear the next part of the talk, in the exam you will have 20 seconds to look at questions 5 to 7.
Okay, so have you heard it?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so they're talking about the crimes. Okay, now for number 1. Okay,
One, American and India.
yeah, but you don't know which one is one.
Two, more than two. India.
It's not. Let's hear it one more time. Okay, so first you have to listen to the region, okay, the place, and
Yeah.
number 2 is the type of crime. Number 3 is another region, and number 4 is the crime.
Yeah.
Let's listen to it one more time, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Track 49. Section 2. You will hear a talk about safety in different regions. First, in the exam, you will have 20 seconds to look at questions 1 to 4. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 4.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to be here to talk to you about staying safe on holiday. Before I came this evening, I did a little research on where students like to go for their holidays and came up with 2 different regions, Latin America and India. So, I've been looking at the crime figures for both areas, and I thought I'd start by talking a bit about that. Then I'll give you some advice about how to avoid becoming a victim of crime. Okay, first of all, let's look at what kinds of crime are committed most in different regions. Okay, I'll start with India. Generally, India isn't thought of as a dangerous place for individuals, but there has been an increase in handbag theft in recent years. So keep an eye on your bag when you're out in the street. Right, now let's look at Latin America. Of course, you do realise that not all Latin American countries are the same, but it is true to say that guns are used in a high percentage of crimes across the region. Looking at the figures, it seems that gun crime is a serious problem throughout.
Before you hear the next part of the talk, in the exam you will have 20 seconds to look at questions 5 to 7.
Okay, so what is the answer? Number 1 is?
It's India.
Yes, correct. Yes, because region comes first. Okay, so that's India. And what type of crime do we have in India?
Handbag. Handbag theft.
Yes, it's handbag theft.
Yes.
And the next region is?
Is uh, Latin American.
It's America. Latin America.
Yes, Latin American.
America. American they are the people, so America is the place.
Yes.
Okay. So what crime do we have in Latin America?
Gun.
Gun. Yes, these are the gun crimes. Okay. Or
Right.
gun crime. Okay, now for the questions number 5 to 7. Okay, now let's listen to the next part of the recording and answer. Remember, write no more than 3 words. And for these questions, okay, I will give you 20 seconds, okay, to look at the questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's better to read the questions aloud for 20 seconds. Go ahead. What is number 5, Mr. Min?
What are tourists advised not to wear in the streets?
Number 6,
Yes. Where should tourists not go after dark?
7,
In some part of Latin American, uh, where do it,
Steve.
it often take many from tourists?
Okay, so now let's listen to the track number 50. So you could get the answers from 5, 7, okay?
Yes.
Track 50. Listen and answer questions 5 to 7.
I can see some of you are thinking that it all sounds rather dangerous, but I know lots of people who've been there and had a really great time. They followed advice from the authorities, like making sure they didn't wear expensive jewellery in the street. And I'd certainly advise anyone travelling to Latin America to do the same. Another thing you should be careful of is not to go to lonely places at night. But of course, that's the same anywhere. But I must say, you do have to be very careful in some parts of Latin America when you take your money out of a cash machine. Sometimes you find that thieves stand very close to people at cash machines and take their money as it comes out.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, in the exam you will have 20 seconds to look at questions 8 to 10.
Okay,
One more.
now let's one more.
One more. Sorry, one more.
It's okay. Thank you for
Yes.
telling me. Okay.
Track 50. Listen and answer questions 5 to 7.
I can see some of you are thinking that it all sounds rather dangerous, but I know lots of people who've been there and had a really great time. They followed advice from the authorities, like making sure they didn't wear expensive jewellery in the street. And I'd certainly advise anyone travelling to Latin America to do the same. Another thing you should be careful of is not to go to lonely places at night. But of course, that's the same anywhere. But I must say, you do have to be very careful in some parts of Latin America when you take your money out of a cash machine. Sometimes you find that thieves stand very close to people at cash machines and take their money as it comes out.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, in the exam you will have 20 seconds to look at questions 8 to 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what is number 5?
Expensive. Expensive. Expensive.
Expensive.
I
What
don't
do you
know.
call this? What do you call this?
Uh,
Necklace, rings, earrings. Yes, what do you call those? Okay, they call that expensive jewelry.
jewelry.
Yes.
Jew- Jewelry.
Expensive jewelry,
Yeah.
meaning it can be the necklace, the rings,
Yeah.
earrings, bracelets. So you don't have. These are just accessories, but they're not real gold.
Diamond ring. Diamond
No,
ring.
no diamond ring. You don't have to wear that when you are on the street.
No, no, no. I
Only
don't.
accessories.
Yeah.
They are fake.
I
Okay.
only have.
Wedding ring.
Yes.
Yes, just the wedding ring.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one, number 6. Where should
Um,
tourists not go after dark?
um, lonely place.
Yes, lonely places, or maybe we can say the dark places. Yes, there you
Yeah.
go. Now for number
Uh,
7, in some parts of Latin America, where do thieves often take money from tourists?
um, cash machine.
Yes, cash machines, okay, or ATM.
Yes, it's
Yes, they call this one nowadays the ATM.
yes.
Okay, so remember when you withdraw money from the ATM, be sure that you are safe. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now for question number 8 and 8 to 10. Now let's look at the questions again before you will answer. Okay, so what is question number 8? Can you read it?
Yes. Uh, what did the travel advisor think about India?
Number 9?
Why the speaker recommend going to India with a tour group?
Yes, number
What
10.
did what did the tour guide tell the tourists not to do?
Okay, so this is tour guide.
Guide,
Yes, tour guide.
tour
Okay, now
guide.
let's
Yes.
listen to audio number, what number is this?
You want
51. Okay, so listen so you could check or you could get your answers. Okay.
Track 51. Listen and answer questions 8 to 10.
Okay, so now I'll finish by talking a little bit about India. I've actually been to India, and I didn't have any feeling that it was dangerous at all. First of all, I went on an organised tour with a group of people. This is definitely the best way to go because it's so much safer. I mean, I didn't go anywhere without the group, and we had a tour guide who spoke the local language and knew the area. In fact, I remember now, she warned us not to go off with strangers, even if they seem nice and friendly. But again, you wouldn't do that at home either, would you?
That is the end of section 2. In the exam, you will have half a minute to check your answers.
Okay, did you get the answers?
okay.
Okay, so it says, what did the travel advisor think about India?
Um, it was safe.
Yes, and that's letter C. Okay,
Yes.
how about number 9? Why does the speaker recommend going to India with a tour group?
Um, because it's less risky.
Yes, letter B. And for the last one, what did the tour guide tell the tourists not to do?
Yes. Go with people they don't know.
Yes, don't go with people you don't know. Okay, very good. Now, here we are. Now, let's go to the review number 2, Mr. Mean.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go. Now, for this one, we have word families. Now, let's organize the words into columns by category. Now, for our category, we have trade, we have occupation, we have education, and we have transport. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, here you are. So, let's go first with the word business is in trade. How about studied?
Um, study, study, using it. Study, study education.
Education.
Yes.
Okay, so let's just have this one. I will give you time to look at the words. Okay, I'll give you 1 minute. Is 1 minute okay?
Yes.
Yes, to check whether the words are. Okay. On what column are they belong?
Yes. Woman. Person. Rescue worker. Free. Okay.
Okay. So go ahead. Which one do we have to answer first?
Track. Um, First track. Business. Company.
Oh, truck is in transport.
Transfer. Okay.
You let's give
Truck.
transport. Is it transport? Okay. So how about the next one?
Supply. Transport.
Trade work is supplies.
Yes.
Wait,
I read transport education. Accompany.
truck. Okay. So do you have the column for trade? All the
Yeah.
words. Okay. Let's go for
Okay.
trade first. Okay.
uh,
Sorry.
Business. Business. Company.
Company.
Yes. Film.
Firm.
Yes. Uh, Shop.
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 More?
No.
No. Okay.
Oh, yes.
How
Finish.
about now? Let's go to occupation.
Occupation. Farmer.
Farmer.
Doctor. Um, Nurse. Yeah.
Nurse.
Um, Rescue worker.
Rescue worker.
Rescue worker. And police officer.
Police
Police
officer.
officer. Yes.
No more.
Dog.
Okay, now let's go for education.
Education. Study.
Study. Oh, sorry. I have studied.
Study. Yeah. Um, graduate.
Graduated. Can you say that again? Graduated.
Graduated. University.
University.
City.
Next one is
No.
transport. Truck.
Truck.
Excuse me.
Truck. Supply.
Okay, that one is supply. Can you say that again?
Supply.
Okay, supply. And what else? We have the truck, supply, and
Deliver.
yes, there we go. Now let's go for number 2. Now let's complete the sentences with the correct words from the list. Okay, so we have the prepositions here. Okay, so now let's have Ahmed. Can you please read the sentence and we will put the prepositions.
Yeah. Ahmed asked his tutor to look at his essay.
Okay, at his essay.
A team of rescue workers went out to look for the lost teenagers.
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 Yes.
Yes. The sales team travels around the world.
Okay, sales
The sales teams travel around the
world.
world.
Next one. As a farmer.
As a farmer, he enjoys working on the land.
Yes, on the land.
The nurse in the accident and emergency work look after patients who are not in danger.
Okay. After and not in
danger.
Okay. There you go. So now let's have this one. We have to underline the correct spelling of the words. Okay, so just tell me if it is one. So the first word is one. This one is 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Okay. So number
one. One.
Okay. I think you like first, middle, and last.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I remember that before. Sorry for that. So that one will be easy for you. So number 1, is it first, middle, or last?
Yes. It's first, number 1.
Number 1 is first.
Yes. Number 2 is middle.
Number 2 is middle.
Number 3, library and last.
The last. What's your final answer?
Number 3, last.
The last one.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4.
Number 4, middle.
Middle.
Yes. Business. Number 5, first. Number 6, Wednesday. The first. First. 7, February. Last.
Okay.
Number 8, necessary. The first. Last.
Okay, so what's the final answer?
Yes. Number 8, last.
Last. Okay, number 9.
Yes. And number 9, middle. Number 10, last.
The last.
Yes.
Yes, very good. Now let's go for this one. Okay, now complete the following sentences with the correct prepositions. Okay, write one word only.
One word.
Yes, one word only.
Yes.
Okay, now let's read it and then let's add it. Okay, so
the ring is in the middle of the campus in front of the library.
yes, that's correct.
Yes.
In and in, they're both in.
Yes.
Okay, next one, number 2.
Turn left at the top of the road that runs from the entrance.
Okay, number 3.
The student union building is on the corner of the main road, and the entrance to the campus is on the right as you go in.
Yes, it's on the right side where you're going. And how about next one, number 4?
The teaching block is at the end of the row, facing the main entrance. The main lecture theater is on the ground floor.
Okay, on the ground floor. And number 6?
The library is opposite the student union building on the left just after the entrance.
Yes, there you go. So now look at this one. Now label the buildings. Okay, now let's label the buildings. So we have here, okay, so the information from sentence number 4 or exercise number 4.
Yeah.
Okay, now look at all the words inside number 4, and so we could check which are the places here on number 5. What is number 1?
Uniform and change. Is one. Number 1, student union buildings.
Yes, this one is the student union building. Okay, because that is on number 3. It says on number 3, the student union building is on. Okay, so it's on the corner. So this is the corner of, this is the main road.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, next one, number 2.
Number 2 is library.
Is number 2 the library? Oh, what happened to my computer? It got stuck. Okay, number 2 is library. So what number? Where did you get that one? Number 6. Okay, because the number 6 is that the library is opposite. So they are opposite. And what is number 3?
Number 3, and the row. And the row is teaching block.
Yes, this is the teaching
Block.
Yes, this is the teaching block because it says there on number 4, the teaching block is at the end of the road facing the main entrance.
Yeah.
So this is the end of the road. Okay. There you go. Now let's go for unit number 7. Well, maybe we may not end this book after our session, but you can continue reading it, okay, before your exam. Now, here we are. So, number 7 is about studying, exams, and revision. Okay, now look at the picture. We will label the picture, okay, with the words in the box. So, let's read them first. The first one is revision.
Revision.
Next one.
Example. Textbook.
Okay, textbooks. Say it again.
Textbooks.
Okay, very good. Now let's have here we have 4. Okay, which one is number 1?
Number 1. Number 1 is textbook.
Yes, that one is textbook.
Book.
Okay, how about number 2?
Number 2 is test.
Yes. Have a test next week. Number 3.
Number 3, exam hall.
Yes, that is exam hall. Of course, the last one will be the
Revision.
revision. Yes. Okay, here we are. So it says here, now look at these examples of comparative sentences. Okay, well, according to comparative, we are going to compare things.
Yeah.
Okay, so like this one, it says the population, wait, I have to make it big. The population of China is large. It is larger than the population of Italy. Many students think physics is difficult. They say it is more difficult than art. Spelling in Spanish is simple. At least it's simpler than in English. Okay? Some
Yes.
people think playing football is easy. They think it is easier than learning math. Exercising in gym is good for your health, but it's even better to exercise in a fresh air. Okay, so these are the comparatives, comparing things. So for the first one, we have larger than.
Yeah.
Next one is more difficult
Yes.
than, simpler than,
Some.
easier, and better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are the rules that we have, and I'm sure you still remember them because we have studied them before. Okay, so for one syllable, you will just add or er, large, larger, strong, stronger.
Yeah.
Now, next one is you put for 2 or 3 syllables, you need to have more, like more difficult. Difficult is 3 syllables, so you will add more,
Yeah.
not difficulter. Okay,
Okay.
boring.
No.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
more boring. Next, we will add this one with 2 syllables and ending in L-E-E-R. Okay, so we will add ER, like simple, that is the end, I mean the last letter is LE, so it will become simpler.
Simpler.
Yes, others you have to change Y to I and then add ER.
Yeah.
Easy, easier.
Yeah.
But for irregular adjectives, change spelling into another word, just like far or farther, good, better, okay, and bad, worse.
Yeah.
Yes, now let's go to the activity part. Okay, now form the comparative of these adjectives and write them in the correct column in the table below.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have number 1, fast.
Fat. Uh, fat. Sorry.
Fast will become, just like here, it's in here, it's faster.
Faster. Yes.
Okay, number 2, interesting.
Interesting. More interesting.
Yes, it will become
Yes.
more interesting.
Clever. Uh,
Next one, number 3, clever.
clever become clever. Clever.
Cleverer.
Clever.
Cleverer. Okay, so how about the
Number
next one?
4. Nervous. More nervous.
More nervous.
Yes. More nervous.
Where am I? More nervous.
Yes. Well. Well. Well.
Well, well, well.
Will become Use will become no.
No.
I, uh,
Well, become. Okay, let's go first with slow.
yeah. Slower. Slower.
ER, is it on ER?
Yes, yeah.
Yes,
Slow.
slower. Next one, late.
Late. Um, late. Là một. Later.
Later.
Later. Health. Uh,
Healthy.
healthy become healthier.
Okay, for this one, healthier.
Healthier. Yeah. Bad.
Healthier. Bad.
Bad. Become worse.
Will become worse.
Worse. Yeah, worse.
Will become
Worse become better.
better. I think the well here is not well. Okay, so now let's just change it with easy.
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 Oui.
Where will it? Yeah, we will change well into easy. What is the no more well? So well will become easy.
Ah,
It's not,
easier.
it's not well and easy. We will
Easier.
change well into easy.
Easier. Oh, easier.
Y plus ER or RER?
Yes. Easier.
Easier. So it will be from Y. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, there you go. Now let's go to the next activity. Now for our next activity number 3, now you match your answers to the rules. Okay, to the A in the table opposites. Okay, now the first one is done. One has been done. So fast is on the first rule. So that will be letter A. How about interesting?
Uh,
What
oui.
rule is interesting? Okay, so we have here, this is A, B, C. Can you see them, Mr. Min?
I see.
We have A,
A,
B,
B,
C,
C, B,
D,
E.
E. Okay. Is it clear? No, not this one. The one on top. Okay, so what is letter B? I mean number 2. Interesting.
Interesting is B.
Okay, interesting is B.
E. Clever, clever C.
Wait, clever is C.
C. Yeah.
Next
Never,
one,
never B.
nervous is B.
Yes.
Slow,
Slow A.
A.
Late A.
A.
Healthier D. Healthy
Healthy is D.
D. Yes.
Bad,
Bad A. E.
A.
E.
Bad
Good.
is,
Good E too.
oh, E. E
E.
and E.
E. Yeah.
There you go. Now for the last one, it says complete the paragraph with the words from the table in exercise 2. Okay, so we have some exercise 2 here. Okay, so you can choose the word here like later, faster, cleverer, slower, healthier, easier. Okay, so you can choose your answers from there.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, there you go. Some students, please read the paragraph.
Yes. Some students think SE is some students think is better uh, better to study for exam at night when it's quiet. Others think it's uh, uh, other thing is it healthier to go to bed early and get up early to do the exam revision. A lot of students enjoy uh, studying more interesting subjects. Some like to revise at the last minute, but uh, but slower students need to plan their revision a long time advance. In advance, students who are more nervous,
Nervous, yes.
nervous than at at first before exam can go to classes to learn relax, relax, relaxation techniques.
Okay, so relaxation technique.
Relaxation
Nick,
techniques.
yes.
Techniques. Yes.
Okay, so here we are. It says be careful. So when you hear the word watch out, meaning you have to be careful. Okay, do not confuse adjectives with adverbs. Okay, so what is the difference? Adjectives tells us about nouns. They come before the noun. Adverbs tells us more of the verbs. They usually come after the verb. Okay, so the first one is adjectives. Like the first sentence, it says Amira is a confident speaker. So the noun here is speaker, and the adjective is confident, so it comes before the
Now,
noun. Okay, now for adverbs, it says they come after the verb. By reading the sentence, it says Amira spoke confidently about her project on cultural exchanges. Okay, so what is the verb? The verb is spoke,
spoke
and the adverb is confident.
confidently.
So it is after the verb.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember, okay, adverbs can also tell us more about adjectives. Okay, like Amira is an exceptionally confident speaker. Okay, exceptionally. Okay, so will describe confident, and confident will describe speaker.
Speaker.
Yes. Okay, there you go. Now here we are. Now let's choose the correct adjectives or adverbs to complete these sentences.
Yeah.
Okay, so read them and then tell me the correct answers from 1 to 5. Okay.
Intelligent. Yes. Uh, the intelligent student answered the exam question correctly.
Correctly. Okay, so how about number 2?
Uh, a, a well a well designed exam test the students acknowledge, if effectively,
Yes.
effectively,
Effectively.
effectively,
Number 3.
the examiner make to the test as fairly, fairly, and as quickly as possible.
Yes. Number 4.
The coursework, the coursework on the programming this year um, was unusually good.
Okay. Now how about number 5?
Um, the students' projects have been fun. It shall not really. Yes. High, high,
Hi.
yeah, high standard.
Yes, that's good. Now here we are. So now for the skills development. Okay, now this is a sentence completion. Okay, now look at the following sentences and endings. Okay, so choose the endings that are grammatically correct in each question. More than one answer is possible. Okay, so more than one answer is possible. Okay,
More
so
than one.
possible. So whatever your answer, okay, it can be one, two, or three. Okay, so now let's have number 1.
Number one. Um,
Your
your
exam,
revision will be more organized at the end of the year if uh, if you plan when to study each subject.
yes, letter B is correct. Oh, sorry. Oh, the bad computer. Okay, so I'll just use the other one. Letter B. Okay. And also letter D is okay because you have planned a revision timetable. This D is okay as well. Now let's go for number 2.
Some subjects are easier to remember because um, they are interesting.
Yes, they are interesting or you're interested in them.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go for number 3.
If you study all night because it's quiet, um, you will be able to concentrate more.
Yes, you will be able to concentrate more because if you study all night.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Now here we are. It says when you are listening to a recording, okay, of several people talking, try to make a note of the names of the speakers. When you hear them for the first time, it might help you to write just their initials and whether they are male or female. For example, here the initial for Amira, you heard the word Amira, so you can have the initial A, and then you can write F for female. Okay, just like this one is Dave. Initial is D,
Yeah.
and M for male.
Yeah.
Okay, so now here we are. Now listen to this conversation about studying and match the names of each person, okay, to the study technique they prefer.
Track 52. Hi, Martha. How's the essay going?
Oh, hi, Carl. The essay, oh, there's a lot of reading. It's difficult to remember all the different ideas and the different writers.
So, how do you keep up with it all?
Well, actually, I make a note of the writer's name and summarize their ideas in a notebook. It's very old-fashioned, isn't it?
It is a bit. Actually, I'm quite the opposite. I've downloaded some free software from the internet. It lets me save all the articles and ebooks I get online and make notes on them. I like it because it's cheaper than printing everything. But what do you do, Enrique?
Oh, I'm afraid my note-taking system isn't as modern as that, and it's much more expensive. I print the articles I find online, and I photocopy pages out of textbooks. Then I go through and highlight all the important information with a pen. Not very good for the environment, I'm afraid. What about you, Jenny?
I'm in the middle, really. I don't use special software, but I keep all the articles I read online in folders on my PC and make notes on them there.
Okay, did you listen to it? Now for this one, it says, okay, now you have to write, okay, the name of each person, and this is a study technique they prefer. So you could write for Marta. Okay, so what is Marta? Let's read first the techniques. Okay, so let's have letter A with the following techniques. Highlighting.
Highlighting important details in photocopies of article and textbooks.
Okay, which one? Who is letter A? Is it Martha, Carl, Enrique, or Jenny?
That's the A.
Letter A
Is um, is
Martha.
highlighting with match with Enrique.
Enrique is letter A.
Yes,
Okay, how about letter B?
letter B.
Making.
Making notes in the making of article and textbooks, writing notes in an exercise book.
Who is letter B?
Is Martha, number one.
Yes, that is Martha.
Let us see, making notes in file on the PC is Jenny.
Letter number 4. Okay.
Number 4, using free software to make notes on article and electronic books is
Of
Carl.
course, Carl. That is the last person.
Jenny.
Yes, that's Carl. Oops, sorry. That's Carl. Okay, now for this one, okay, number 3. It says, now you will hear a group of students, meaning there are many, okay? Group of students talking about their revision technique, okay, and write the correct endings for each of the sentences. Remember, write no more than 3 words.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's listen to track number 53.
Track 53. Hey, Leslie, are you ready for the exam?
Hi, Jen. I haven't seen you for weeks. Am I ready? I don't know. I've been revising really hard, but I can't remember anything at the moment. I get ready for exams by planning a revision timetable. It helps me make sure I've studied everything on time. But just before an exam, my mind goes blank.
Yes, I know what you mean. I've been trying out a new technique for remembering facts and details. I heard about it in a psychology lecture. What you do is put together pictures in your mind of the different things you want to remember. It's usually better if you can make the pictures funny, like cartoons.
I hadn't heard of that. It sounds like fun. Do you do that too, Indira?
Well, I tried it once, but it didn't help me much. I remember things by hearing them in my head. I can't really study in the library when people are talking, because I have to be able to hear myself saying things over in my mind. It's easier for me to concentrate if I study at home, late at night when it's quieter. What do you do to remember things for exams, Mark?
I go to bed early the night before the exam and get up very early in the morning, like 5 o'clock, and then I read over my notes again just to refresh my memory. I know a lot of lecturers tell us not to do last-minute revision, but it works well for me.
Okay, did you get it, or do you want to listen to it one more time?
Yes. One more.
Okay, or one more time?
One time.
One more? Okay, so I'll
Yeah.
play it again.
Track 53. Hey, Leslie, are you ready for the exam?
Hi, Chen. I haven't seen you for weeks. Am I ready? I don't know. I've been revising really hard, but I can't remember anything at the moment. You know, I get ready for exams by planning a revision timetable. It helps me make sure I've studied everything on time. But just before an exam, my mind goes blank.
Yes, I know what you mean. I've been trying out a new technique for remembering facts and details. I heard about it in a psychology lecture. What you do is put together pictures in your mind of the different things you want to remember. It's usually better if you can make the pictures funny, like cartoons.
I hadn't heard of that. It sounds like fun. Do you do that too, Indira?
Well, I tried it once, but it didn't help me much. I remember things by hearing them in my head. I can't really study in the library when people are talking, because I have to be able to hear myself saying things over in my mind. It's easier for me to concentrate if I study at home, late at night when it's quieter. What do you do to remember things for exams, Mark?
I go to bed early the night before the exam and get up very early in the morning, like 5 o'clock, and then I read over my notes again just to refresh my memory. I know a lot of lecturers tell us not to do last-minute revision, but it works well for me.
Okay, so for number one, it says Leslie prepares for her end of the year exams by making a. What's the ending?
Revision timetable.
Yes, it's a revision time. Oh, okay, how about number two? Chen says,
Then say that he can remember historical facts more easily if he creates
create.
pictures um, in his mind. In his
Okay,
mind.
number three.
Number three, number four, I don't.
Okay, so it's okay. Let's just answer that one. Okay, so Indira prefers to study late at night because it is easier to concentrate.
Yeah, yeah.
Concentrate. And for the last one, it says Mark likes to get up very early on the day of an exam to do some last minute revision. That will be last minute revision. Okay, now for the next one, it says now look at the pictures that shows students what to do when they go for an exam. Okay, and next one, listen to the recording and complete the instructions with no more than 3 words for each. Okay, so we have 4 picture. So we have here Number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so now let's listen to the audio. Okay, that will be track number 54.
Track 54.
Excuse me.
Yes,
Can I take my phone into the exam if I switch it off?
your mobile. No, no mobiles are allowed in the exam hall. You can put it in your bag, though.
Okay, but then what do I do with my bag?
Bags go in the lockers, down the corridor on the left. There are keys in the doors. Just lock the door and take the key with you. Over here. Look, have a look at the poster. When you've put your things away, go to the main door of the exam hall and show the supervisor your student ID card.
Oh, okay, I see. So I show my ID card at the door, and then when I get into the exam hall, I need to look for my examination number? Is that the same number as my ID card?
Yes, that's right. The same number.
So where should I look for it?
Your examination number will be on a desk.
Ah, right. Thank you very much.
No problem. Good luck.
Okay, finish.
Yes.
Okay, so what is number 1? Okay, leave your
Leave your mobile phone in your bed.
mobile phone in your bag. Okay, next one.
Um,
The keys for the lockers are
yeah. The key for the locker are in the door.
in the door. Okay, number 3.
So your identity card to the supervisor.
Okay, to the supervisor. Number 4.
Look for your examination.
Examination number. Examination.
That's in the hall.
Yes, that's good. Okay, here we are. For number 5, it says, look at the steps for preparing for an exam and let's put them in the order you would do them. Okay, there are several possible answers, but some are more practical than others. Okay, so don't check your answers yet. Okay, now let's listen to this one.
Yes.
Okay, so that will be track number 55.
Track 55. Hi, guys. Is everyone set to study for the exams then? Does anyone have any hints about how to get ready for them? I'm not sure where to start, really. Any ideas, Barbara?
Well, Mac, there are lots of things we could do. I mean, we could start by looking at old exam papers, or we could go through all the lecture notes for each subject. What do you think?
I think it's better to go through this year's lecture notes first. I mean, the exam topics might have changed since last year. Do you agree, Jerry?
Yeah, I think you're right. The lecture notes will tell us what the main topics of the subject are. Do you think we could ask the tutors what the exam topics might be?
I think we could ask, and they might tell us roughly what to look at, but I don't think they'll tell us exactly what the topics will be.
I think it's a good idea to ask them, just to know what to focus on. So, what's next? What do you think about reading all the books on the reading list? Jerry?
I don't think that's a very good idea. We can't read all the books.
I think you're right. What I think we have to do is try to remember the most important details and arguments from the main writers and be ready to use them in the exam.
Yeah, okay. Then the next thing to do is look at old exam papers and see what kind of questions we might get.
Yes, that's where the old exams will help, looking at the type of questions.
Right. So, when we've worked out which topics we need to study, and remembered the main ideas, we can look at old papers and write a few practice questions.
Yes, and that'll help.
Okay, do you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so here we are. So now let's try to check. Give me your answers for that.
Um,
Okay, so what is the first one?
Number 1 is letter F.
Okay, number 1 is letter F.
Yes.
How about number 2?
Number,
Okay, can you please read letter F? Look
yes.
at all.
Look at all your lecture notes for the course.
Okay, number 2.
Number 2 is letter E.
Letter E. And what is letter E?
Discuss possible exam topics with tutors.
Okay, number 3.
Number D. Let's see. Number 3, letter A.
Letter A. And what is
Look,
letter A?
look at past example paper.
Yes.
Yes.
And number 4?
Number 4, letter C. Write practice exam questions.
Okay, very good. Now let's go to this one. Part 3, exam practice. Okay. So for this one, it says if you don't hear the answer to a question and you are unable to answer it, don't waste your time. Okay. So go on and listen for the answer to the next question. And at the end, go back and try to guess the answer that you missed. You might be able to get an extra points or two if you leave them blank. Okay. You definitely won't get a point. For example, okay, you didn't hear it, okay, for example. Okay, so here we are. So it says here, okay, we have questions number 1 to 4.
Yeah.
Okay, as I've mentioned before, okay, don't spend much time with one question.
Yeah.
Okay, just go all throughout, and then if you still have time, just go back.
Yeah.
Okay, so now here we are. So now for section number 3 is this. You will hear 3 students discussing exam techniques with their tutor. Now complete the flow chart. Write no more than 3 words.
3 words.
Okay, so before taking the exam, when the examiner gave you a time limit, you have to look at the question
Yeah.
so that when you listen to the audio, you know what are you looking for.
Yeah.
Okay, so now this is, oh, I think this is CD number 2. Yes, we're on CD number 2. Okay, one moment. Okay, one moment. I will load the CD number 2. Well, that was too fast.
Yes.
Okay, so one moment. I will get the CD number 2. Okay, so one moment. Not CD number 2 for listening. Okay. Sorry, I didn't know that we can finish CD number 2. Okay, so I'll share it again with you. Okay, there you go. Now this is CD number 1.
CD 2. Track 1. Section 3. You will hear 3 students discussing exam techniques with their tutor. First, in the exam, you will have 20 seconds to look at questions 1 to 4. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 4.
Morning, everyone. I thought we'd get together today and just talk about exam techniques. I'm sure everyone has different ideas about them. So, shall we find out what you do first when you get into an exam?
Check that you have the right exam paper.
It sounds funny, but students do actually answer the wrong exam paper sometimes. So check that it's your exam first. Then what?
Write your examination number on the answer sheet.
Well, it might sound obvious, but writing your examination number at the beginning of the exam can be a good idea. Apart from making sure the examiner knows who wrote the exam, can anyone say why?
It can help you relax.
Yes, that's right. Doing something easy like that gives you a chance to calm down. Right, so what do you do next?
Read the questions carefully.
Well, before you read the questions, what should you do?
Read the instructions.
Yes, you should read the instructions next. You need to know how many questions you have to answer and whether you have to answer all the questions or only some. What other important information do you need to check before you start?
How much time you have?
Yes, Jerry's right. You need to make sure that you know how long the exam is, so you can manage your time properly.
Before you hear the next part of the conversation, in the exam, you will have 20 seconds to look at questions 5 to 8.
Okay, are you finished, Mr. Min?
Yes. Okay.
Yes, okay, now let's try to answer them.
Um,
Okay, there you go. So what is number 1?
Number 1 is write exam paper.
Okay, number 1 is...
Write
Oops,
exam,
sorry.
write exam paper.
Right, exam paper. How about number 2?
Number 2, your examination number.
Examination number.
Yes.
Number 3,
3, the instruction.
the instructions.
The instruction. Number 4 is how long.
Number 4 is how long.
Yes.
Now how about, let's go to questions number 5 to 6. Okay, now for our questions number 5 to 6, now you will hear the next part of the recording. Now complete the sentences no more than 3 words. Okay, so that will be on CD number 2.
Track 2. Listen and answer questions 5 to 8.
Okay, what do you do next?
Read the questions.
Yes, it's very important to read the questions, not just once, but several times.
I usually make a few notes when I'm looking at the questions. Sometimes a question looks easy, and then when you start writing, you realize that it's actually more difficult than you thought.
Yeah, but you don't want to spend too much time writing notes.
No, but it's a good idea to jot down a few ideas to see if you can remember the arguments for the topics you studied most.
Once we've decided, is it better just to start at the beginning and answer the questions as they appear on the exam, or should we start with the easy questions?
Well, I start with the questions that I know better and leave the ones I'm not sure of for the end.
That's what I do. But I still keep an eye on the clock, especially when the questions are all worth the same number of marks. Before you hear the rest of the conversation, in the exam, you will have 20 seconds to look at questions 9 and 10.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so here we are. Okay, so what is number 5?
Number 5 is several times.
Okay, several times.
Yes. Number 6, more difficult.
More difficult.
Number 7 is no better.
No better. Number 8.
Number 8, number of mark.
Number of marks.
Oh, such.
Okay, now we will finish this one. So on our next class, we will have number 8. Okay. Now let's have this one, the last part, which is the questions 9 to 10. So remember, no more than 3 words, Mr. Min. So let's go to let's go to track number 3.
Track 3. Listen and answer questions 9 and 10.
Mac's right. If you write one very good answer, but it's only worth 30% of the marks, you still lose the other 70% on that exam.
So it's better to write our main ideas for a question, even if we don't have time to answer it properly.
Yes, absolutely. We can't give you marks for writing nothing. But if you give us your main ideas, we can give you some marks.
Oh, really? I wish I'd known that in my last exam. I spent all my time writing a long answer to one of the questions and didn't get round to the other two. I didn't understand why I got such a low mark.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. Luckily, my tutor explained it afterwards, so I never did that again.
Okay.
That is the end of section 3.
Yes.
In the exam, you will have half a minute to check your answers.
Okay, remember that you have a half a minute, so that will be 30 seconds. Okay, so now let's try to answer number 9.
Number 9 is main idea.
Okay, so that will be main ideas.
Yes. Number 10, a low mark.
Okay, so she got a low mark. Okay, there you go. Now for your, remember, you have 30 seconds to check your answers, okay? Now here we are. So it says for your project check is how many boxes can you tick? So you should work towards being able to tick them all,
Yes.
okay? But as I mentioned, do not spend much time in one number, okay? So if there are 1 to 10, okay, so you go for 1, and if you don't know number 2, you proceed. You go to number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and if you have time, you go back to the number you need,
Yes.
so that you would not spend much time on number 2 instead of having some correct answers on the last number because you stayed on number 2. Everything will be nothing.
Yes.
Okay, it says here. Okay, read all the questions before you listen to the recording. Okay, so you are always given about 20 seconds to read the questions. Okay, next, spell all your answers correctly.
Yes.
Okay, so you have to spell them. And then next one is make sure your completed sentences were grammatically correct. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, do you have any question? No questions. So we have for our next lesson, this will be about when will this be lesson? Today, that have Sunday, Monday. Your Monday class.
Yes.
Monday is your last class. Okay,
Yes.
am I correct?
Yes. But tomorrow in the afternoon start at 5 o'clock. Okay.
Is it okay?
Yes. Okay.
5 o'clock. That will be 1700. Okay.
Yes.
Or I will just message you. Is your time free tomorrow, Saturday,
Uh, so
in the afternoon? Because we
afternoon
usually, yeah, afternoon.
we study at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Okay.
Yes.
So if I will make it 4, are you still okay?
Okay. Yes.
Because I think I have other classes, so I will just have to check that for tomorrow, and I will send you a message.
Yes.
Okay, so I will send you a message in the morning maybe, or maybe after lunch or before our class. It's either 4 or 5.
Okay. Because the afternoon I free time. I have free time.
Oh, okay. So afternoon is all your free time.
Yes.
Yes, that's good. Okay, so how do you feel right now with regards to your English class?
Yes. I feel uh, happy and okay.
Nervous? Do you feel nervous for your exam?
um, I
Yes, you can do it. Okay, fighting.
yes, I can do it.
Yes, you can do it. Just focus. Okay, just focus on what you will do. Focus. Okay, because you have a goal to get higher grades. Okay,
Yeah.
you can do it. Don't worry.
No worry.
Okay, so don't forget to practice, or I mean you read your previous notes.
Yes.
Okay, so as I can see from our about more than a month of studying, okay, I have noticed that you read the words now correctly, and you can read English fast and
Yeah.
makes it faster. Maybe some mispronounced words are just a little, not too
Yeah.
many, unlike before. Okay, so that is okay. So what else do we have? Um, you can answer the words now correctly, and you are not shy. Okay, you are not shy to express what's on your mind. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any question, Mr. Yun?
No, I don't have any question.
Okay. So what are your plans after this class?
Mm,
What are you going to do?
yes. Okay.
Just sit
Um,
down. Are you going to eat dinner after this?
yes. I go in dinner
Oh,
after.
after. So what is your dinner for today?
Yes. I have dinner later.
Who cooked the dinner? Is it your wife or you? Who will cook the dinner?
My wife.
Oh, your wife.
Yes.
Is it chicken? Is it beef or vegetables?
Oh,
You're
I
looking at the
think
kitchen.
I think fish.
Oh,
Fish.
it's fish, and now it makes me hungry. Okay, well, I hope you have a great dinner along with your family, and thank you so much. Okay, so I hope you'll have a great day and have a nice weekend.
Yes. Thank
Okay,
you.
yes, okay. Well, I hope your English classes are progressing and you did enjoy the time that you spent with us, with me and La Rose as well.
Yeah. Thank you,
Did you
everyone.
enjoy? Yeah, did you enjoy your lesson with us?
Yes. Okay.
Yes, well, I hope not to see you online, but I hope there will be time I will see you in person
Yes.
when I visit Vietnam.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yes, but I think I'll go to Hanoi instead of Ho Chi Minh.
Yes. You
Okay,
are.
well, thank you. Yeah, Ho Chi
Yes.
Minh is far. It's another airplane.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Min. Okay, so it was nice talking to you again, and I will see you next time. Well, I hope you have a great weekend. Goodbye. See you next
Goodbye. Thank
time.
you. Yes.